Oh, so you're there.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Right
How's it
there.
going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm fine. Kind of tired. Kind of tired because of yesterday's classes, but well, here I am. Well, let's start. Let me share my screen, the entire screen. Share, and it's doing some kind of weird stuff. Can you see that?
I can see.
Okay. So let me switch to my jump system and what? Where is it? Hangouts. Uh, okay. I am kind of. Yep, but it's here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. First step would be to access to the tenant database, right? To move the data to some other place, right?
Yeah, so we need to figure out what's the best way to get this data in and out of the table, right?
Okay.
So so we need to first look at the number of records
Rows.
that are less than a year and a half old.
Okay. Okay. Let me do that. I think I can do it. So PG admin.
Then one of the things that I wanted to do was, since the lifetime fitness database works perfectly fine, if we could look at the number of records for the same query there and just compare, because that's probably ultimately what's happening. Is just, the number of rows won't support the way that report is designed. So since lifetime fitness seems to work okay, we could probably give them an idea of the volume of records that this current design will support, if that makes sense. Hey, are you still there?
I'm sorry, I was in mute.
Oh,
That
okay.
tot- I'm sorry. Totally makes sense to me, but there is one little problem because the problem is that we don't have access to that databases. I only have access to pre-production data.
Well, yeah. So yeah, right. So then we could still do the same checks in pre-prod.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the table you mentioned was, I think I have it right here, was POS check item day. Okay, let's do this. Connect. Why is asking me for password? I don't remember the password, but should be this one. Password one. Okay. The guys here are really creative with passwords.
Yeah,
There
they
is
are.
a yeah. The common password is password one with dollar signs. What doesn't accept connections? Could not connect to server. Yeah. I think I know the reason. Maybe I am not on the VPN. Okay, connect. Yeah. Okay. Connect. Now run, saving passwords, and we're good to go. Server, blah blah blah. I don't care. Okay, tables. Yeah. So we do a simple count of select Count. Start from POS. Check item day. And I hope nope. Crap. Okay, it's running. Okay, 7 millions and something else.
7 million. Okay.
Not that big, right?
I mean, it's not big. I mean, it's not huge, but
Yeah.
if you got some bad sequel, bringing in that many records and doing the aggregations, I mean, something that small can cause problems.
Yep, I agree. So yeah, you wanted to know that. I think you want.
Number of records less than a year and a half old. So, Jose, when was the last time this was pulled? Could you just do a quick check to see what the latest date is for a record? Yeah, so that seems like that's the top record. So, if we were to do some type of max or max date, once you join in that date dimension, I would think we could do a max date. Right. Yeah, I think you're on mute too.
Again. Crap, I don't know. Yeah, let me. Yeah, okay. I am. Pa, pa, pa. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean that's not extremely recent. So, but so I think
Mm,
the volume of records will tell us more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me do that query. But maybe you wanted to keep only 3 years, right?
Well, 18 months. Well, let's keep everything. So we want a way to keep everything that's in the table, save
Yep.
that somewhere, and in the current table, limit that to only records that go back a year and a half from the max date that you just pulled back. So
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. But how do we do that?
So you go from
Ah,
4/22/2015. You go back 18 months.
Yeah, I know, but I don't get where exactly where you want to go. You want to do that on a query.
Well, I want to limit the number of records down to about the approximation of what it would be for a year and a half worth of records.
Okay.
So perhaps a easier thing would be for us to ask David Cam to just do a few quick scripts and prod to look to see how many records are in the table that go back a year and a half. So if we could write the script, give
Ah,
that to this Cam and let him look at the real numbers, then we can set this up where we have the same number of records in our tables that represent that same time span.
okay, okay. I get you. I get you. Yeah. I don't know how to do that, but I mean, in an efficient way. But I think select max date from PS check, so it would be like subtracting 18 months or
Yeah,
something
so
like.
there are some date functions in Postgres
Yeah,
where you can take that date and
I don't know the functions, but I think I have some documentation. But the quickest documentation would be Google it. Yeah, Um, okay. Well, hours. No. Yep. The operator. Blah blah blah. A age. Current date.
so what you were doing before you were going to the date dimension table. You still need to do that, and that should bring you back a format that you can convert into one of these. Once you have that, then there's I'll send you a function. So if
Okay.
you write the SQL to
Yeah.
just get to that point, I'll send you the function you can use.
Oh, thank you. Would be really helpful. A, I think is, yeah, date key equals. Ah, crap. I need this. It's kind of slow writing queries here because I don't know how symbols text. Yep. Can you see what I have to do?
What?
I look, have to copy this because I have no direct way to type
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that too. It's inconvenient.
Yeah. hmm I think they are joined by date key. Date key. So yep, yep. I think this works. Okay. So from here we would have this format. Full date should be like a date field, right?
Yeah, it should be. Well,
Yep.
the format can vary.
hmm The format would be this. Okay. Oh, let me let me on it. Yeah, and that was last one would be.
So what that is doing, that function that I just sent you, that takes a date
Yep.
and it basically adds another date to it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Start date, duration, month, interval. Yep. This should be a date field, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
So
And this would be the max date, right?
yes, so then in our situation, we wouldn't need the whole thing. We would just need the where it says duration and all of the stuff to the left. You could just take off.
Okay. Plus sign, right?
Yeah, like all of the stuff to the left just gone.
Okay. But
Probably don't need those. May need one
yeah.
brackets, but that one after an interval you need to take out.
Yep. And this would be the max date.
Right. So then,
Might be a
well,
subquery involved, right? No, but because we cannot do this directly.
no. I mean that's just the syntax.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. But we don't actually know that max date.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're trying to simulate the number of rows. It's not about the date. It's not about the current date in production. It's about the current number of rows that are there in that time span of 18 months.
Yeah, but yeah. What? Let
Right.
me.
So if we were to take this, the max date that you got from your script, right?
Mhm.
I think it was 4/22 15. So if we
Yeah.
went 18 months, right? That'd be, well, first 12 months it'd be what, 4/22 14 plus six more months. It's 10 13, right? So then that's just the time span that we will be looking for. So when we send the script to Dave and Cam, we're just looking to, from today, just go back 18 months.
Yep. Yep. But uh, actually, I understand what you were trying to say, but I think this won't work. Duration month.
Well, no, that syntax isn't going to work.
Yeah, duration. What would be
Yeah,
this
so I
direct?
mean, and this is why it's difficult because I could just write the sequel and I still have to wait to meet with I think his name is Ken to get my access. So
Yeah, I look. Maybe you can help me writing the sequel.
it's kind of hard to talk somebody through sequel.
No, but in a notepad or something.
Yeah,
Because duration month. I really don't understand this. I
yeah. So
should.
so like that part you have highlighted would be, that could be just like if this was in a case statement, then that would work in in the selection attributes. But um, let me try this. Let me go and look at some SQL examples. Then I'll contact you back. Okay.
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 Yeah.